Hi guys, my name is Aziza. Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. So I am a 32-year-old mom with a 4-year-old son, and I am currently pregnant with baby number 2. So I am really excited to be making another video this week. I am currently 6 weeks pregnant right now. In fact, 6 weeks and 3 days today, 2 or 3 days. And in this specific video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my 5 to 6 week pregnancy symptoms. So if you haven't yet seen my first video, my 0 to 4 weeks, make sure you check that video out. I'm going to link that video in above here or in the box, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get started into the video. Okay, so once again, I am using the Ovia pregnancy app this time around. I'm really liking this app. I don't know why. When I was pregnant with my first child, I loved using the What to Expect app. I still find that really helpful, but I like Ovia better this time around. But anyways, I wrote a note last week, and this is what I said. I took another pregnancy test today because I feel like some of my symptoms are not here anymore. I was tired earlier in the week, but on Wednesday I got my energy back, which is really nice. I still have really bad indigestion, especially after I eat, and on a couple of nights I actually feel like throwing up, but only for a short moment. I've noticed more spotting this time around compared to my first pregnancy. So that's kind of like a little summary of the week, I guess, which was true. So starting with week 5, earlier in the week, I noticed that some of my symptoms started like going away a little bit, which obviously when you're pregnant, especially when you're early on, you know, every little single change will make you nervous, and it made me nervous. So as I mentioned last week, earlier in the week, I was feeling very sluggish and tired / unmotivated, but somehow miraculously when I entered in the 5 weeks, I started to pick up a little bit more energy. And on Wednesday, I was just rock and rolling and doing a lot of things in the house. I also noticed that my nausea started to get a little bit more noticeable, and it's not bothersome. It comes and goes, but it's definitely there, and I could definitely feel it. One of the biggest symptoms I had last week that was very concerning for me is spotting. So this is absolutely new for me because in my first pregnancy, I did not experience any spotting at all, aside from implantation bleeding, which is one of the reasons why I bought my pregnancy kit. But it only lasted for like 1 day and then it went away. This specific pregnancy though, I have been noticing a lot of bleeding. And when I say a lot, you know, prior to this, I wasn't really bleeding at all in my first pregnancy. And that is really worrisome for me. So my spotting started basically like in week 4, and it basically went on all week through week 5. And it was really concerning because I would see brown discharge in my underwear. And whenever I wipe myself with a toilet paper, I can see like brown spots, or sometimes I've seen like red spots. So I actually called my doctor and asked them like, hey, is this even normal? And they mentioned that it's very normal for the first trimester to feel that way or to experience that. I basically said, okay, let's just see how it plays out. And yeah, it was there every single day. I mean, not enough to fill a pad, but it definitely was there. And then I noticed that I also was still getting some indigestion and heartburn, especially after eating. And I noticed that I was getting very hungry more frequently. So the hunger would actually make me feel sick, to the point where if I don't eat, then I feel like I'm going to throw up. And when I eat though, I would feel very bloated and I would get heartburn. So it's just a very uncomfortable feeling in general, especially with the hunger feeling, the bloatedness, and also the morning sickness, nausea. I also noticed that my skin was getting to be a little bit more dry, so my lips were dry for a few days. I had to like put on my chapstick regularly and also put on an overnight lip mask more often. And my hands were also getting very, very dry, so I thought that was new. And my boobs were so sore and tender, like, oh my gosh, they were so painful. I actually even noticed that my breast kind of grew a little bit, which is really interesting, and my nipple is starting to like poke out a little bit. Another big symptom that I also felt was hot flashes. Like, oh my gosh, hot flashes, like on another level. I did not experience this with Alden at all, and I am most of the time very hot in my 5th week. So it's crazy because when I sleep, like we sleep with really, really low temperature in our room, like 65 or 70, 65 to 69 sometimes, and I would sleep just with the fitted sheet over me instead of the blanket, which is crazy because, like I said, I'm a kind of person that is generally more inclined to get cold versus feeling hot. So it was very uncomfortable, but yeah, that was one of the things that I noticed. So anyways, my doctor appointment is next week, 7 weeks, so I will definitely be documenting that. And I don't know what my HCG levels are because I just took a regular pregnancy kit at home. By the way, so sorry, my dog is in the crate and he's barking a lot, so excuse the background noise. But yeah, that's basically all of the symptoms I've had and some feelings that I've had in the 5th to 6th week of pregnancy. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you guys my bump date. So I know I'm currently 6 weeks. I'm not technically in 5 weeks anymore, but I think you're just gonna sort of see the progress is basically what I'm trying to get here. But here is my bump. I'm a little bit bloated, as you can see, but it's starting to form. There you go. And everyone does this. This is my bump. So that's my bump date. And the last thing I wanted to share is my weight for last week. I'm still the same weight, 123 pounds, which is kind of like my pre-pregnancy weight. I am 5'6", so I'm going to continue to track that during the next following weeks and see how big I grow. But that's all for this week's video. Hope you guys enjoyed this really short video, and if you guys have the same symptoms, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next video.